Hi, my name is Michael Pavlak, and I'm a hardcore loser. This is episode 1 of Unify Your Heart and Mind. Today, we're going to be speaking about how you can create your framework. So, your framework is all about how you take someone from zero to hero, how you went from zero to hero. It's something in your own story that you find to create your own offer. And what I mean by that is so you read $100 million offers, okay, and to create your own business, okay? And then what you need to do is you have to find a pain point somewhere. It's all about where is someone in desperate need? Where is it someone in desperate need? A very, very big pain. They're in a lot of pain, excruciating pain, and in so much pain. And so then you can bring a high ticket offer such as $25,000 and give it to them. Okay? And so what you're doing is you're taking them from zero to hero. So where in your own story did you go from zero to hero? And you need to find that out. And if you think that you don't have a story, well, you do. Okay? Start with the social dynamics at your school and how they played out and how you got burned and how your dreams were crushed and you weren't able to play on the football team because somebody in your neighborhood bullied you and you didn't have the confidence to then go play. Start there. Okay? Because that's my story. I had a peer who lived a few doors down, and at the bus stop one day when we were in elementary school, he picked me up and slammed me on the ground, and so then I was traumatized, and I didn't have the confidence to go and try out for the football team and be a quarterback, even though I was fully capable of doing so. And I came up with excuses like, oh, I'm too short, and BS like that. And that doesn't matter. Okay, when you have the agility, you can jump and pass, you can run and pass, you can just stay in the pocket and pass. It doesn't matter if you're 5'7", okay? I'm 5'7", and I'm gonna play in the NFL. And guess what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna own the team of the Denver Broncos, and I'm going to play on my own team, okay? So that's what's gonna happen in my life, okay? And it may happen in the next couple years. It may happen in the next 20 years. Who knows how long it's going to take? But I know that I need to be disciplined to get there. Okay, so creating your own framework. It's all about the three major steps. Okay, so with unifying your heart and mind, where I started was compelling future vision, standards, and habits. And standards and habits is basically the same thing. And standards is the specific set of actions that you need to take in order to achieve your goals. And so that's basically what your habits are, and it all comes down to your habits. And habits. Focus on what your habits are, because a little progress every day, every single day, will lead to exponential growth, okay? And so what the actual framework is it's imagination, period, faith, period, will, period. So it's 3 steps. And so you make a thing like this, okay? And you put on a timer on your phone for 3 minutes, and you write something down in each category, okay? From 3 categories of how you went from zero to hero. Okay, you just write them down. Because how this process works is you have to start. And you have to then go on a journey, okay, in your daily life, and you have to think about it from time to time. And it really helps if you put a pen to paper and you write down your thoughts and you organize those thoughts every week, and you look at, is this right? I don't know. Where is this going? How do I do this? Is this really how it happened? The key to your framework is finding the golden nuggets in your story. They are definitely there. Finding the golden nuggets in your story. That is the key to building your framework, okay? And so, let me think. So write something down in each circle in under 3 minutes, set a timer, and put a pen to paper. Okay? Then what you need to do is you need to change your external environment. And what that means is you need to travel. Okay? You need to go to a live event. You need to find an influencer who is talking, and when you hear it, it resonates with your heart. And what do I mean by resonate with your heart is you hear something and then you're just like, wow. Yeah. When you have that type of response, that means that what they said resonated with your heart. Okay? So you find somebody who is speaking in parallel with what you where in your story you believe you went from 0 to hero. Okay? And if you don't know where to start, go to Funnel Hacking Live. Okay? It's hosted by Russell Brunson. It's the best event in the world. It lasts for 4 days, and everyone there is a great person trying to find their way in the entrepreneurial space and starting a business and making money. And there's music, and there's just some really inspirational speakers that make you cry, and everyone usually cries at least once during it, or at least I did in the last year I went. And it's just the best event ever. And it really is so necessary to get out there and meet people and talk with people. And you have made it when you go out to a conference and you just listen. You just listen to everyone. You go up to them and you let them tell you your story. I mean, you let them tell you their story. Because listening, so many people can't shut up. Like they just have to talk about themselves and just keep talking about themselves and keep talking about themselves. They just have to keep doing it. And when you are able to just shut your mouth and listen, and then when you have something to say, if it's really important, then you are smart and you got something to quickly write it down. Be like, oh my gosh, I need to write something down real quick so I don't forget. And the person will stop. And it's not that big of a deal. And then you keep listening to what they have to say. And people say like, oh, it's all about giving before you receive. And what I have to say to that is it's complicated because, it's all about what road do you want to walk down. Alex Hormozy, he gives away so much for free, like at such a low level. Like he's giving you an MBA when he gives you $100 million offers. He's giving you an MBA when he gives you $100 million leads. He's giving you an MBA. Like it's worth more than an MBA. It's worth more than going to Harvard. It's worth more than going to Columbia. It's worth more than going to those schools. It's worth more than going to NYU Stern. The content that he puts out. So appreciate it and be grateful for it. And that's his business model, is help millions of people start a business. And then based on those people that start businesses, there will be a select few that make it to over $1 million a year. And I think maybe it's at $5 million a year, he says. But basically, once you hit $3 to $5 million a year on your own, then you go to Alex and you say, I want you to be an advisor for my company, and I'll give you a percentage of my company. And it's called acquisition.com. And that's how he does it. He gives you this incredible, massive amount of value. He gives. And then, he's going to get paid. in 10 years. Okay? Now, you got to get paid. You got to get cash in the door. There's no denying that. You got to get cash in the door. And so his business model is incredible. But that's not where he started. Where he started with, doing, you really should look into his story. It's incredible. He basically sold, I mean, it's really complicated also, but basically what he did was he sold, he taught people. One thing that he did was he licensed out, it's called Gym Launch. He licensed out the process, the system. He licensed out the system. Systems is incredibly valuable. When you create a system, that's so valuable. That is so much more valuable than one-on-one coaching. If you have a plug-and-play system that actually works, that is so valuable. It's so valuable. And there's this triangle that he has, and one of the top ones is code. That's system. A system is code. So if you create a system, that's really powerful. Okay. And so basically, to wrap that up, what I'm saying is you need to get paid. Okay. And how I recommend you get paid is you host a workshop and you charge $25,000 for it. You charge a live event, okay? A live event workshop for $25,000, okay? And that's how I'm going to wrap that up, I would just go straight to charging $25,000. Once you have your offer built, you charge $25,000 for three times in a year. Three times you have people come to, let's say, a hotel conference room, and you teach 3 times in a year. And then you coach them during the year as well, and you charge them $25,000. Once you know that you can deliver, okay? And you'll know when you can deliver because your framework is so good, okay? So changing your external environment, basically go into a live event, ClickFunnels, go to Funnel Hacking Live, okay? It happens once a year in September, okay? Change your external environment, go travel. Okay, that's my best advice, is go to Funnel Hacking Live. It's the best event you can go to for entrepreneurship, okay? Best event possible. And what you do there, the best thing you can do when you go there to Funnel Hacking Live is you go straight to the front, the center and the front, and you start talking to people there. Because if you're talking to everybody, in the crowd, well, they're just as lost as you, okay? So what you need to do is you need to go to the people that went into the green room and they got early access, and they're the ones that are making millions of dollars, okay? And you talk to them, okay? And you have some and what you can do if you really want to be great is you get a pen to paper and you write down a list of questions that you have. And you might get to them, you might not, but man, does it pay to be prepared? That is one thing I've very much learned throughout my journey of this entrepreneurship, is it pays to be prepared. Oh my goodness. So write down your list of questions that you have for people that are making $5 million a year plus. Ask what questions you have for them. Okay, so travel, period. Move with intention, period. Talk to strangers, period. Okay, now the number one rule for safety is moving with intention, and safety is always number one priority. Physical and mental safety is always the number one priority. There's nothing else in the world that comes into that. There's nothing worth it to jeopardize your physical and mental safety. No amount of money, no amount of moments. No. Your number one priority always is your physical and mental safety. Okay? And how do you be safe? you move with intention. What with intention means is having a plan. So intention, having a plan, that's what it means. Okay, so you travel, you change your external environment. Very, very critical. Okay, move with intention. Okay, so that you stay safe. So let's say you're not. Let's say you want to travel to a different conference. Okay, and you need to have a plan. How are you going to get places? Do you have an abundance of money for Ubers so that you don't get stranded? Because getting stranded is really bad. It's really, really bad. Really, 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 really bad if you get stranded somewhere. Okay? So it's not worth going. Sure, this is critical to change your external environment, but if you do not have the money and the resources from your parents or by yourself to move with intention the entire time you're away from home, it's not worth it. It is not worth it. There are other techniques you can do. There's other things you can do. There's nothing more valuable than changing your external environment, but your safety is your number one priority, and that's it. Safety is number one priority, okay? So and then talk to strangers. So when you're at the so what I'm here is you want to talk to the right strangers, and that's why going to a conference is so powerful, because you're going to get really beautiful synchronicities from the universe. You're going to get really beautiful moments and connections from talking to people at the same conference at the same conference, because you're all there for the same reason or for a similar reason. But even going into a luxury hotel and starting a conversation there, that's extremely powerful. If you don't have the money to travel to another city or state, I would say go to the nicest hotel you can find and go to the bar and talk there. And if you're a kid, well, I would still go and see what happens. And if you get kicked out, you get kicked out. But you show up to the bar as a I know nothing. I know nothing. I'm showing up to the bar. I'm here to drink a soda and casually make a conversation with someone. Just talk. I mean, it is so powerful how much time you save by talking with another person. Okay? So it is very, very critical that you travel, period, move with intention, period, talk to strangers, period. Very, very critical. And the most critical is changing your external environment. So if you're ready to say, you know what? Nothing's working in my life. Nothing. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to move. I'm going to move. I'm going to move to Hawaii. I'm going to move to Hawaii. I have no idea where I'm going to stay. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I have no idea how I'm going to pay for things, but I'm going to move to Hawaii. So you book a one-way flight to Hawaii, and you land there, and then you get on a bus to Waikiki, and you figure it out. And how do you figure it out? You utilize their services and that the state provides. It's democratic, and so they have you get food stamps, and I don't know how they provide housing, but I mean, that's what I did. I went, and it was very I got really lucky with what I did. I booked a one-way flight to Hawaii, and I landed. I had no idea what I was going to do, where I was going to go. I got on a bus. I went to Waikiki. I sat on the beach, and I called one of my friends, Sam, and his mom, and I talked with them saying, hey, I'm on the beach. I'm here. It's incredible. and we talked, and then uh, hung up the phone, and then there was on the left, it was Diamond Head, and I was like, man, uh, you know, um, that's calling me. That seems like the place to go. So I went there. I talked with um, a homeless man who was on a bicycle, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we're up there. Just don't touch any of our things because it's all we have." And so I walked up there, and I had brought a hammock, and with my one suitcase and bag, and then I found a spot, and I left the hammock there, and then I think I actually put it up also, and then I had gotten a can of beans from Walmart, so I went back down to Waikiki Beach to eat my can of beans, and see the sunset, and then I go back at night, and oh my gosh, for 2 hours I was going through the jungle of on the side of Diamond Head. I literally went through gotta be at least 30 of the biggest spider webs. I mean, maybe 50, but the biggest spider webs. I mean, they were huge, and I hate spiders, and I'm an arachnophobe. And I was just walking, trying to find my hammock because I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta find my hammock. All right, and then let's see, and then I almost fell off a cliff. Oh my gosh, it was oh goodness gracious. So then I walk back down, and I get on a bus, and I take this picture, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. That's what I was like. And so then I went, and I went to this little brick, like a brick, like, so it's like a brick bench, but it's not a bench, it's like a brick wall, but it's small, so you can sit on it. And I sat down there, and then this black guy, he came up to me, and I don't know, we somehow made conversation, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, I live right there," and I'm like, "No, no, 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 I live right there, and I don't know where my hammock is," and he's like, "No, no, I live on the beach." I'm like, "What? You live on the beach?" and and, and so then basically what happened was, the next day I went up to look for my hammock, and oh my gosh, I searched for another like 45 minutes, an hour, and I couldn't find it. But then what I did was I used the lighthouse, okay, there, all right, at the Diamond Head Lighthouse, as a way to triangulate my position, and so then and then I was able to find it, and then I like walked a little bit close to the ravine, and then I was like, boom, and then I found it, and I was so psyched. Stay psyched. Shout out Jamie O'Brien. All right, and so then let's see. So then, all right, so then I got my hammock, and I went down to where the spot that he was talking about, and um, it was not good because like I was trying to be right next to him, and it was really rocky, and so like it wasn't working, and so then I went around the corner, and what I found was this beautiful spot where it was just a clearing. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I should get a tent. And so I went to Walmart, and I got a tent, and then oh my gosh, I stayed there for a few months, and it was perfect. It was perfect. I woke up next to the ocean, and it was fabulous. And you follow me on Instagram, Live Synergy, LIVESYNERGY. Follow me on Instagram, and you'll see in one of my photos, you'll see the back of, you'll see me walk, like walking kind of, in this like sexy photo that my girlfriend took, um, when she visited me there one time, and you'll see it. So it's really cool. But my sketchy though. Okay, because I'll just tell you the story. All right. So I slept naked. All right, and then there was like one day where a guy was like peering into my tent, and then he had the audacity to offer me a beer, like once I got out of the tent. Okay, and then there was another time where this guy that was high on meth, he kicked at the tent and he hit my jaw. Okay, so I mean, it's sketchy, all right, and like you don't want to do it. Okay, like it was really awesome, but like it's actually not allowed camping on the beach, and so um yeah. So I would just save up some money, save up 10,000. I mean, okay, I know it's super hard to save up money, and so it's like, how much do you save, right? $5,000. $5,000 is fair. Booking a one-way flight to, and then staying in a hostel. Okay, dude, just make some money online. Fuck, and then excuse me, and then move to Hawaii. Okay, all right. That's all I gotta say about that. Okay. All right. Um, okay. And so then, where was I going with this? All right. Safety. Okay. Safety. Okay. You want to make some money at home. Okay. Like this, all you gotta. All right. We're talking about the framework, right? Okay. Um, Let me think. The framework. I mean, it's really stupid easy, but you're gonna not like the answer. So you get the first critical part is setting a timer and writing something in each thing for in 3 minutes. You got to get something down. Okay. I know that this whole zero to hero thing might be stressing you out because you're like, I don't feel like I'm a hero. I haven't done anything with my life. Well, okay. Well, figure out the place that was your biggest pain point in your entire life, your biggest struggle, and then you're out of it now, right? Okay? Or yeah, I mean you're out of it. Okay, I'm just going to talk to the people that are out of it. You're out of it. Okay? So you're at your hero state, okay? Your skin is smooth. You have a healthy body, you can breathe. Thank you, Yahuwah, for my breath. In Yeshua's name, amen. That's my favorite prayer. And so you got it down, okay? And then where is it? So yeah. Now I'm going to continue, okay? So showing up and focusing will take you to exactly where you want to go. All right. So this is really simple, and what's troubling is that it's so simple that people are like, oh no, I want to have short-term pleasure. Short-term pleasures, man, that's going to kill you. That'll kill you in the long run. Short-term pleasures, man. You got to wire your system for long-term pleasures. Okay, I'm starting 75 hard today. Okay, and that's going to wire me for long-term pleasures. Okay, so look it up, 75 Hard by Andy Versella. Download the app and get started with it, okay? Because you got to wire yourself for long-term pleasures, okay? That is extremely critical in your entrepreneurial journey, is wiring yourself for long-term pleasures, because short-term pleasures you can't even get out the gate if you're a horse at the racetrack, okay? So showing up and focusing will take you to exactly where you want to go. Show up. You show up every day. You see, putting on your shoes and walking out the door and then walking back in the door is 100 times better than staring at your shoes the entire day. Okay? So show up and then focus. Okay? Focus on the end result every day, and you will experience exponential growth if you hold yourself accountable. Focus on the end result every day, and you will experience exponential growth if you hold yourself accountable. That is so important right there. This right here, right there, that is so important. Focus on the end result. You see that here, I got on my paper my goal. All right? And it's formed as a question. All right? So it's why am I? Why am I? Okay? So it's why am I? That I'll just show you. Oh well, hang on. I gotta ask my higher power if I should show you. Unconscious mind, 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 unconscious mind. Should I show it? Unconscious mind. Should I show it? Unconscious mind, unconscious mind, unconscious mind, unconscious mind. All right. So here's my goals. All right. So, why am I happy and grateful now for being in complete alignment with my white widow, Meredith Ann Pavlak? Why am I happy and grateful now for solely owning 99.9% of all assets on earth with zero liability? Why am I happy and grateful now for being an owner of the Eagle Eye? So, this is extremely powerful. Forming your goal as the question, why am I? And then saying happy and grateful now. And then the rest is being very specific, extremely specific about what you want. Why? See, a lot of people, they say, I am. Okay, I am is the most powerful words in existence. I am, because it's I and then am, a state of being. It's your state of being. I am. And so, but then it's like people don't achieve their goals because there's this conflict of like, no, I'm not. And so when you say, why am I? Then your heart, it finds all of the answers. It finds trillions of answers to your question in an instant. And so it's extremely powerful. And so, and if you read the book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy, there's 3 ways to program your subconscious mind. First one is repetition. So simply saying this out loud, very important. Out loud is very important. Saying things out loud, because I just learned from Andy Elliott that, like, if I say out loud, I don't get tired. That is going to program my subconscious mind to not get tired. I mean, the possibilities are infinite for how incredibly powerful and strong you can be as a human being. So if you have a goal of getting a full night's rest with 4.5 hours of sleep, you can do it. You just have to set the goal. And I wouldn't set more than 3. And so you got to set the goal. And I would think long term and big, really big. I mean, look, I'm saying solely owning 99.9% of all assets on earth with zero liability. Okay? And then being an owner of the Eagle Eye, and what that means is, like, so basically, let's say, so there's people in my life who I've had a profound experience with, but I don't know what their phone number is. And so by being an owner of the Eagle Eye, I'm able to find them, and I'm able to get their phone number. and get back in contact with them. Um, I just have to say it. Um, when when I was a busser at Cheeseburger in Paradise, there was a girl who I knew. I would propose to. Her name's San Francisco. You're welcome. Being in complete alignment with my white widow, uh, that's extremely important because basically, if you're thinking about chess, the queen is unlocked. And so, for you to be unlocked, you need to be in complete alignment with your white widow. Okay. So, I just, that was really emotional for me. So keep focusing on your framework for the next 18 months, and your framework will be so perfect it's stupid. When I came up with the framework, compelling future vision, standards, habits, that was a year ago. And so, or a little more than a year ago. It was in June or July that I wrote that down on a piece of paper, and then I went on a journey, and I came up with imagination period, faith period, will period. And I actually got that from Gaia, Gaia. It was an episode on Gaia that I got that framework, and that framework has been around for a long time. Actually, there's this guy named Paracelsus. His name is Paracelsus, and then the guy that was running the episode named is Stephen Ross, and Stephen Ross sells these books, and so I would look into those books that he sells because it is extremely powerful and valuable knowledge that he talks about. But basically, I'm just giving you a more, I believe that he gave you everything when he said imagination period, faith period, will period on this frame. And so I'm just making it my own now, and building on it. And that's what I'm doing with this show, Unify Your Heart and Mind. And obviously the channel is YouTube. And so thank you for listening. At the end of the video, click the link to subscribe. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to me and my story. And it being vulnerable there's times when it's good, and I believe there's times when it's bad. And what I did basically was, my subconscious mind has been sabotaging me for a long time, And so my unconscious mind has all the answers and is more powerful than my subconscious mind and can do everything that I mean my unconscious mind, I believe that is the answer to me no longer being sabotaged. And so what I did was I banged down the door of the subconscious mind, got to my unconscious mind, and was like, is this appropriate for me to share my goals? And I believe that's the best and easiest way to talk to God, is to say out loud, unconscious mind, unconscious mind, unconscious mind. And what you're doing is you're basically you're removing the subconscious from the door frame, you're ripping it off, and you're getting to the unconscious mind, and you're saying, listen, I know that this is easy. I know that making, over $10 million a year online is easy, okay? I don't get out of bed and shoot myself in the foot. I need answers, and I need them now. What do I need to do right now? Like, stream the thoughts through my head on what I need to do. That's my goal. That's my short-term goal. These are my long-term goals. My short-term goal is getting this information streamed through my head so that I can be like, what is so-and-so's number in my contacts? What is their phone number? Streamed right through my head. Okay, well, now I can verify. Oh, so it's actually working. Okay. Well, so now give me a Ferrari right now. Have it in my driveway in the next 4 hours. Oh, well, it didn't show up. Okay, well, obviously my subconscious mind wants to play games here. So unconscious mind, unconscious mind. Every time I say unconscious mind out loud, I'm banging. I'm not banging, I'm ripping off the door. Because that's why my life has been fucked with, is my subconscious mind. I don't have time to meditate and keep programming in new things. Sure, that works, but my mind is so powerful. I need to get this right. Sure, I've made progress, but I've made what? I've moved to a new city, and the cost was so high for me to get here. I got on a flight with no money. I stole my parents' credit card to get on a flight to St. Louis. And when I got here, something really bad happened. Really, really bad. I went into a gas station to buy a soda and a candy bar, and SWAT came into the gas station and pointed an assault rifle at me. So my subconscious mind has been fucking with me. Subconscious mind, what do you want to say to me? I heard you should go fuck yourself. Unconscious mind, what would you like to say to me? I heard you are God and you know it. Unconscious mind, 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 what would you like to say to me? Take it slow and you'll get there. That's what I heard. So how you can create your framework. It's all about getting 0 to hero. How did you go from 0 to hero? And I know When I started, I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to make progress, but I can't. So sometimes you just got to put everything you can on paper. And I mean, like, it's going to be uncomfortable, and you need to just keep writing. Just keep writing. Be like, gosh, damn it, set a timer for 30 minutes. I'm going to write as much as I can. Just write it down, write it down, write it down. Ugh. And then focus on the end result. Focus on the end result every day, and you will experience exponential growth if you hold yourself accountable. And your framework will show up. It's starting. It's about starting. This whole zero to hero, it's about with this show, Unify Your Heart and Mind. It's about going from victim Michael to 369 Michael. What does 369 mean? It means alignment with my White Widow. Okay? So, victim Michael, 369 Michael. Victim Michael, 369 Michael. Victim Michael, 369 Michael. Victim Michael, 369 Michael. Okay? And that's what it is, zero. My zero is victim Michael. And I would say that's probably a very common zero, being a victim. Because at the end of the day, it's always you. It's always your fault. Sure, some really, really bad shit can happen. And by bad shit, I mean that you lose all of your will. You lose all control. And you get placed in a situation that makes you suffer. And there is no glory in suffering. But you can't use that card. You can't be like, oh yeah, I lost all of my free will and I suffered. You can't do that. Because then you're a victim. So your hero, I believe, is 369 Michael. If you show up, period, focus, period, you're going to figure this out. You're going to figure out how to create your own framework. You're going to figure it out. Especially if you write it down. Especially if you keep showing up for at least 5 minutes a day and writing something down. You're going to figure it out. Because it's like I'm giving you everything, the best information I know, the best knowledge I know, but now it's time to go get your wisdom. It's time to go into your heart. It's time to sit down and ask your hero for advice. And I'm going to ask Sulla for advice. He said, get to work. He said, get to work and you will be rewarded. Make an 1,000-day challenge and do it. Focusing on your habits. All right? Get a habit tracker on your phone, make an 1,000-day challenge, and see how far you get in 1,000 days. That's when you know that then you can come to me and be like, oh, Michael, seriously, dude, I tracked my habits for 1,000 days, and okay, all right. I'm going to ask Nikola Tesla. So how you can create your framework. So you get started, you get in a broken car, like Josh 40 says, and then you go on a journey. You travel, period. And you move with intention, period. And you talk to strangers, period. This paper, I believe it's all here. How you can create your framework. Okay? So I'm going to ask Nikola Tesla for the best advice he has for this audience. Keep in 3-6-9 alignment and you'll make it. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.